Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamil once again. Today we're going to talk about Nasdaq 100 weekly time frame, where market can go and how we can trade on here. So the last week we saw the market has sell sharply from the top, and if I talk about a few price point on the market, this week going to be a deciding moment. This week market will determine where he wants to go, either upside or the downside, because the market was a market. If I draw that line here, the market was about to uptrend. This is going to be the first retracement in the market, and another point from where the market is taking retracement exactly here on the top, here in the resistance level. So another things, the market once the market was started selling from the top, which is the level is 16,400 level, then the market first time take a first pullback here on this swing. This swing was absolutely 40,000, and as I always talk about, round level market prefer as a support and resistance. Before, as we saw the 15,000 from this round level market about to start selling position from the top, and here is the week we also see the market 14,000 as a as a expect as a support. And also if we go previous time, the market has taken resistance from here and back to back resistance, and he break his resistance level. So if I draw this line right here with the horizontal line, it will become more easy to understand you. Definitely this is going to be 14,000, 14,000 acting as a resistance. For the previous time was acting as a resistance for the market. So this is going to be the first time, a second time market after he take a support from 40,000 round level, and he take a deep, then buyer able to manage the bottom from here, and he closed above near on 15,000 round level. So now we will look around where market probability will go and what we could expect in this week from the market. So first thing first, right now market is standing 14,300, 14,300 the last traded price. And right away 300 point away market going to face its support level, which is very strong support for the market. So what we could expect here, if I draw the chart pattern here, on according to the price action, market will go higher side and seller will try to sell the market, and this will also make a resistance level. And this, after it is complete 50% retracement from the top, that buyer will start to buying the market again, then this will make a new high. So exactly market is about to doing this kind of pattern that we saw here as a price action. Market has 14,200, market has take a bullish trend from here, then he trying to make a first retracement. Exactly, if I draw this line here about till 14,000 round level, this is look perfectly for retracement as a 50% correction. A 50% correction as a healthy correction that we know as a price action. If we saw in daily time frame market making any green candle here, so definitely this is a buying signal. Definitely this is a buying signal. We could consider that, yeah, this price action might be able to close this resistance level. Because also if this resistance level, if I talk about generally, the buyer first time hit this resistance level. So as we also know, the resistance level, important level for the market, important level, buyer and seller, both the people cannot break his important level for the first time. So this was the first time for the buyer who hit his resistance level for the first time. Then seller was there, they sell the market again. So the moment it was going up and hit also the same resistance level for the second time, this is giving us a signal that this resistance level was become weak, and market is preparing to break this resistance level in the future to going on the higher side. So definitely market is right now waiting to making a decision movement. So both the buyer and seller is little confused on the market, but we could consider that market where can go. So if I draw the line here, if market, suppose market going to open in flat range on Monday morning, then he Monday or Tuesday, maybe first 2 day, he will going to face a selling pressure, because these are the strong seller are huge on the top. So on the top, if you see this kind of candle, definitely this will determine that is aggressive seller and huge seller are selling on the top. they are sitting on the top zones. So definitely after seeing this candle, we might consider that up on Monday morning market will going to face a selling pressure on the first half. Maybe second half it will be recover, or Monday or Tuesday within 2 days market will still face we still will face going to face selling pressure from this flat range. So after 2 days we might consider once the market going to face final price for 14,000 round level, we could see market will try to support from here, and this will going to be make this kind of candle here. So what we could expect here in this week, market either going to make this kind of dodgy candle, or the seller try to sell the market, then market the buyer come here and this candle again, and they able to close as a hammer candle. So hammer candle always represent, we know that trend reversal, we also consider as a trend reversal, also as a bullish candle. So we could expect that market, the best things will going to be happen if market going to make this kind of bullish pattern, this kind of inverted hammer candle, this kind of hammer candle on the market. So we could consider still market is a bullish signal. But at any day in daily time frame, after we will check the daily time frame momentum every day, if any day on this week, if market able to close 14,000 round level, if market able to close completely on a daily time frame, market is closed below 14,000 round level, then buyer will no more be on the market. So the prices will become a very confirm for us. The buyer try to break this resistance level for the second time, then seller come in the market again, then buyer not able to close his close on the higher side. So definitely the price will become a selling side. So this is need to be happen on daily time frame, not on week time frame. I'm just giving example on here. So what we could expect here, the better if we go. So the on weekly time frame we could expect the market maybe going to be this kind of doji candle, or second candle we could consider the market will going to be a hammer candle. So as a support 14,000 round level, we could see a hammer candle. And if buyer and seller both are on the market, the market will going to make a hammer doji candle here on this range. So let's jump into the fifth daily time frame to understand where market can open and how we can trade. Let it be loaded first. On a daily time frame, if we talk about as a price action, it is going to look like this is going to be a look like a negative candle. How I will, if I draw the let me open my pen. This was a very upside momentum for the market, and last I think Wednesday or Thursday we talked about the market has completely making amp pattern from the top. So amp pattern is the initial price action that market is going to reversal the trend where he was before. And W pattern, as I think last 2 or 3 video I have talked about, the W pattern is the pattern that market giving signal for changing momentum from the selling side to the buying side. So completely right now after making the amp pattern from the top, market has sharply fall here. It directly opened the gap down, then it sharply fall here. And this is the first time on the market, this is the first time after seeing this chart support level on 40,300, buyer are on the market. This is the buyer market definitely. So buyer try to hold the market from this support level. So after seeing this candle, we had a plan on Friday that market, if market going to open in the flat range, market will able to, if and then market will able to close 40,600 level, we could see a bullish market again on next week. But market was done here completely become a negative candle, and also the seller is able to close previous buyer candle. So this is the completely negative sign. If I talk about as a price action, market has completely is negative sign here on this daily time frame. So what could be happen on Monday morning, if market going to break, if market open here and able to close 14,300, now it's sustaining 14,327. So the seller need to close 27 points. So this could be a 14,300 level, then we could see a downfall sharply for 100 point, for which is 14,400. So 100 point we could capture as a selling side as if market going to open in a flat range. So second things, on maybe if this week are important, not important for the buyer, then we could see another downfall on Monday and Tuesday, as we talk about on the weekly time frame, that market need to hold or 14,000 round level. So definitely it would be come down Monday and Tuesday on 14,000 round level, that market will try to go on the higher side. So this should be act as a support for the market, definitely. So let's jump into the 50-minute time frame to understand how we take a trade. On 50-minute time frame, the market has made interesting pattern. So if I draw here, right now market is completely on a range. This is the higher range and this is the lower range. And the last time we talked about, if market going to open in the flat range, we could see a higher side movement on the market, but market has opened directly on the gap down. Then seller tried to sell in the market, but due to this swing, market has try to recover from the upside. Then in the end, market is still on the selling pressure, so we could expect that market is still on the selling pressure. So after opening the flat range market, if 14,300 going to be closed, as soon as it close, we could sell the market, and 14,200 our initial target. This will be our initial target on the market. And if this range are not suitable for the buyer, that we might see another downfall, but we don't know how far it could go. But our target, our first target will be a 14,200 level. So if this buyer, if this level for the buyer are important, or they might thinking, yeah, this is the more lower range, this is the lower range for the market. So on the second half, 12:30, we will be wait for 12:30 to 1:30. After 12:30 to 1:30, if market kind of making any double pattern or any lower higher high from this range, we could think that we need to be wait for 1 day to closing. If this candle going to close below, above 14,400 level, that we could see a buying momentum on Monday, Tuesday morning. We could planning on the buying momentum, and these are the level are no more important for the buyer, because the market had already tested multiple time from the higher range. So this is our first plan on the market. So one thing we could consider, if market going to open directly on the gap up is more than 14,400 level. If this range above, market going to open on the flat on Monday morning, then we could see market going to be a completely volatile range. We market need to be on a volatile range, because these are the seller are sustaining on 14,500, 14,500 round level, and here is the buyer. This swing will act as a support for the market on Monday, if market going to happen, going to open on 40,400 above range. So this is completely will become a volatile range for the market. So we need to be wait both the scenario. We need to be wait market, where is market going. The best trade we could see, if market going to open in the flat range and after closing 14,300 level, and make sure you see the first price action on at least for 1 minute time frame or 5 minute time frame. So always prefer 5 minute time frame to understand the price action, price movement. Then for the understanding the whole market, it is better to in convert to 50-minute time frame after taking the trade. So the best trade, if market going to open in this range, and as soon as it cross and first price action, maybe he will not make a price action. So if it doesn't make any price action after breaking this level, we just have to be wait till 12:30 for the second half what the market is planning to. Then we will planning according to the market movement. As we planning, if we cannot see any price action here and market sharply fall here, definitely he will going to be hold here. As a previous time on a daily time frame, we saw the market has been, this level was acted as a support level for the market. So this level going to be as a support for the market as intraday time frame. So after 12:30, we could plan, if the market going to make a higher high or making a double pattern from here, we need to be wait for the Monday closing. If market able to close above this range, then it is for the short time market will going to be as a bullish sign for us. And for if market going to open directly on the gap down, anything below 14,200, then we could consider for maybe for the profit booking, because the sellers are selling aggressive from the market from 14 15,000, 15,300, 15,200. These are the level completely short position the seller has been made here. So definitely if market going to open directly on the gap down, maybe they will try to book their profit as a support near on the market. So maybe market will going to be close this kind of pattern on whole day. for Monday morning. So I hope you learned something from this video, guys, and please do make sure that you do your own research, you follow your own analysis. Maybe I'm not sure, maybe am I right or am I not? My market is dynamic, anything could be happen. So follow your own research, do your own analysis. So even if your analysis is wrong, you just at least you learn something out of it. So that is my main motive. I'm not saying that follow me to whatever I said, do whatever I said, just follow me, follow your own research on your analysis. This is what going to be help you in future on trading career. So I hope you enjoy the video, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video again.